Yo, what up everybody? Hope you're having a good morning. See the sun's out over here. It's kind of nice. I keep saying it, but it's getting warmer.
Within chaos.
Oh, chaos. Hopefully it holds. So anyway, today talking about getting outside more. Advanced topics over here. Oh, Malku, what's up? So anyway, getting outside more. So I kind of made a New Year's resolution this year, and my goal was to just kind of get outside more, right? What does that mean? That means like sun, breathing fresh air, touching patches of grass, standing around trees, going through walks. I mean, whatever. Just kind of being outside, being a little active. Doesn't mean I'm going for runs or jogs. Just walking, literally enjoying nature, hanging out with plants and stuff. I mean, it sounds kind of silly, but you know, it's extremely like grounding, relaxing way to spend your time. And I think you know, we talk about how from even just energetically you can ground yourself by like being barefoot against the earth, and like it'll kind of help what's the word I'm looking for? It kind of helps balance out the charges of your body, your positive and your negative charges. Don't quote me on that one exactly, but I think it's like something with negative ions. So sorry for not having the specifics, but yeah, just kind of getting outside more and being in nature. And you know, it's kind of weird because this kind of urge to do this happened just kind of organically, really. Just I remember last year, so it was 2017. And 2017 was like, there was a point in time where I was commuting the entire time to work and working, you know, 10 hours on stuff. So I had zero time or whatever. And I just got this like gerbil cage cabin fever that I was like always in a building or always in a bus or always in a vehicle. And I couldn't get out. And then I remember I got an apartment in downtown Houston. And, you know, it was like, again, downtown Houston is kind of like this urban jungle. And so for me, it was like annoying because all I wanted to do was get out and be in nature or whatever. Then when I moved up to Dallas or whatever, you know, I ended up living in this place called Anna, which is a little more country or whatever. And I was on 10 acres of land, and I really, really liked it. You know what I mean? But I still wasn't getting outside as much as I wanted to. Then this year, you know, 2019, I'm finally like, okay, like there's a park down the road. I just kind of go to that whenever I can. I try to go for walks at work, just kind of like things like that, and it's been really good for me, and I really like it, and I want to do it more and more. But like, again, you know, it's funny because it just like one day I was just like, I need to get outside, like it just seems right, you know what I mean? And then I guess to compound that thought is, at one point in time, like one of my goals in life was to live in New York City, you know, like Manhattan, like in the city, in the concrete jungle, whatever, right? And just kind of be in that mix. And there's something about the energy that I liked or whatever. But and it wasn't even that long ago. That was like 4 years ago I felt that way. And I felt that way my whole life. Like, I want to live in New York City. I want to live in New York City or whatever. And now I'm like, I would never live in New York City. I'm like, get me 100 acres of land out in the middle of nowhere, and I'll be a happy man. So there's something about, you know, connecting to nature and being outside that I find, I don't know, refreshing, nice, energizing. So there's something about it, tranquil. So anyway, I'm sure other people feel that way too, but I guess the point of this video is just kind of bring that up and just kind of also be like, you know, so one of those things that I think a lot of us have to like work for. Like, you have to prioritize it in order to get it to happen. So, and I think it helps in the healing process a lot. So it's one of those things you should probably make a priority, whereas, you know, it's very easy to not do that, especially on NB when you're like indoors, under saunas, doing CEs like all the time or whatever. I mean, there's barely enough hours in the day just to do that, you know what I mean? But I guess what I'm saying is, personal experience says if you can make the time for it, it's worth it, it has benefits, and you'll thank me later if you implement it. Actually, you really just thank yourself, right? You don't thank me for anything. I just bring things up. So anyway, guys, hope you're having a good week, and we'll talk later.